In many cases, to add additional functionality when the dialog box is not in control, all we have to do as developers is simply create a node called CQEditConfig and set up some special parameters in there, and that will add in some functionality. So for example, if we want to give the users the ability to drag and drop images from the content finder to our dialog box, we could set up a CQEditConfig node to actually make this happen. And we can use CQInclude, so instead of having to copy and paste, we can just reference from the other components what we need directly. So let's explore how to do this by creating a very, very simple image component. So the first thing I'd like you to do is go up here to your content folder and create a brand new component. So here I'm just going to say new component, and let's call this component my image. And I'm going to call it training image component. And then the description is going to be a simple image component. And let's have this inherit from the parbase component. So what I'll say is I'll say foundation components slash parbase. And remember, we utilized this before. The parbase contains the image rendering scripts that we need. Let's put this back in our training group to organize things nicely. And let's let users only have parents from the paragraph system. So again, type in asterisk slash asterisk and then the word parses to indicate the paragraph system, just like we did before. Okay, so go ahead and click Finish and go to your My Image and open up the JSP here. I'm going to close off my title image. And then in the code snippets, you'll see there's some simple code under myimage.rtf. And you'll see this code is very simple. Let's just take a quick look at it. So I'm going to say copy, and I'm going to paste this back into CRXDE into myimage.jsp. I'm importing the image component from the CQ software libraries, and then I'm creating a new image, and I'm simply setting the selector to be .img, which will cause it to use the image script using the Sling script resolution process as we saw earlier. Okay. So that's very straightforward. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new dialog box. And then instead of cutting and pasting the smart image, I'm going to use a CQInclude to refer to it from the foundation image directly. So that's very powerful. So let's explore how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to create a dialog box, and I'm going to say new dialog, just like so. Okay, I'll say dialog, and that creates a new dialog box structure. As you see here, I'll say items, and then tab 1. So let's define the following properties on the items parent of tab 1. So let's define these properties. So the first type I'm going to say is I'm going to define an X type. And then instead of saying text field or something like that, I'm going to say CQ include, like you see there. Okay, and then I'm going to define another variable called path, which is going to define the path to where that CQ include should be. And remember, that's in libs foundation image dialog, and then I'm going to say items.infinity.json. Okay, interesting. So what does that infinity mean? The infinity is just simply a reference for saying take everything that is under that items node and include it here as well. Okay, because remember, everything in CQ is RESTful, so everything has a URL. So here I'm just saying include everything under the items node, and that's why I'm saying infinity.